Today, we're going to talk about discipline and momentum. Discipline and momentum are like super duper connected in my mind. They go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. These are some of my favorite books that talk about this subject. There's obviously the Jocko Willink, The Extreme Ownership and Discipline Equals Freedom. It's a very hardcore book, but it's like a book for dummies. There's like, it's really easy to read. Like it's like a jarhead wrote this book, you know, just do good, big words, military gym, but it's very true. Everything about this book is awesome. There's Extreme Ownership, similar idea. Own the Day by Aubrey Marcus is another cool one that I really liked about how to plan and structure your day to make the most of it. Across all of the books, I found a common theme, and that was to build momentum in any way that you could. And this idea reminded me of a saying that I heard. Ever since I started learning Hebrew, I cannot speak English. I do not know what's wrong with me. It's very annoying. So this old saying that I don't remember where I heard it, but maybe in like a movie or YouTube or a YouTube video or something. I can't remember, but it basically goes, if you want something done, give it to a busy man. That's very true to me. Like I noticed that in my own life. There's another idling car. What is this? Are they selling drugs in my neighborhood? Why are people just hanging out here at 1:30 in the afternoon? I'm gonna look. Turns out it's a bus dropping kids off from school. I can't remember where we were, what we were talking about. Anyway, so it was kind of hard for me to adapt this like discipline mentality because my entire life was just, if you're disciplined, it's being punished essentially for doing something. Was, if you did something wrong as a kid, especially when I was growing up, my dad was, in the military, sailor kind of hardcore dude. And it was either you get to choose between push-ups or the belt. It always ended up being this bad phrase in my mind because, it was, I need to discipline you, or you need to be disciplined. Basically, it was just being hit, which was like, I'm not a father yet. God willing, one day I will be, but how could you think that that's a good idea? How could you possibly think that that's a good idea? Like to associate in your child's brain being hit between discipline. This fucking stupid. Anyway, bad parenting aside, I have spent the portion of my, mid-20s figuring out how to become a disciplined person because, my dad wasn't around in my teens to tell me to stop being a jerk. And even when I was a kid, he wasn't a great example of what to be. So with the help of these men and many, many others and many hours of podcasts and, books and everything, movies, whatever you can think of absorbing this type of information, I have figured out something that works really well for me when it comes to staying disciplined. It all has to do with momentum and getting the momentum rolling to stay disciplined. And that means like when you first get up in the morning, get up. There's the 12 rules for life, to make your bed. They teach you that in the military, so, make your bed first thing in the morning. And I always did that. And it sucked. And I hated it. And now my bed is always made. Pretty much. Until I moved in with my wife and, it is what it is. Once you've made your bed, then you can move on to, you've got up and you've done something. So you can move on to the next thing. Like, I've already done a thing. The first thing I did, I just got up and did something. And I got the ball rolling. It wasn't like I laid in bed for 40 minutes on my phone, which sometimes I do. I did that the other day. And I felt like garbage. I didn't get a lot done. Days like today where I got up out of bed, I even got up late. I barely remember this, but I was like lying in bed this morning and my wife gets up to go to work and she's kind of comes over and she's like, do you want me to set an alarm for you for like another hour? And I was like, yeah, that'd be nice. So the alarm goes off, she's already gone. I wake up, I get out of bed. I don't remember exactly how my morning went. It was kind of like a non-morning. I think I got up, made a cup of coffee, relaxed for a little bit, tried to wake up. And then at 8:30, I was already going. And I made an entire list of things to do in my little book. I'll show you what I made. I'm not gonna show you exactly what I wrote. It's private, it's none of your business. There's like half a page of stuff. And I did a lot of it this morning, kind of the easier, dumb things that I didn't really like. It was quick and it took 5 minutes to do. I did all those first thing in the morning, and then it moved on to, okay, here's big projects that I needed to do, but I still wasn't ready for them, like mentally. I didn't have the ball going enough. Like I wasn't like on a roll yet with my day. So I stopped, I worked out, which is another part of the discipline and momentum, because it's like, you got to do that every day. So I worked out a little bit, I showered, I cleaned myself up finally. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning at this point. But then I get a few more hours of good work in. And it's like, wow, that's pretty awesome. Because I started with just like doing the tiny little bit of like writing down what I wanted to get done. And then I kind of separated into what's easiest to get done here. What can I do just by sending a message or, asking a question or something simple and stupid like that. And while I'm basically drinking my coffee. Well, that came out like coffee. I'm from the West Coast. It's coffee. It's like normal coffee. It's not coffee. Okay. I knew that before I stepped into the really hard work that would take me a few hours to do, I needed to have like a workout, and I needed to shower, and I needed to actually start my day. So I did that. And then the ball was really rolling. By then I had shaved my head, I had exercised, I had showered, I could just get through the rest of it. I literally hammered through everything within 2 hours, and now I'm sitting here like, I should make a vlog. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've started to notice over the last few weeks that as I'm doing more and more stuff, it's easier to do more and more stuff. So if I get up and I don't sit on my phone or sit on YouTube or do something distracting, then I can just hammer through the list of stuff I need to do. And one of the biggest things that really helps, and I've noticed will keep me on track, is if I constantly have like a never-ending list of stuff to do, like the dishes. It's a job that you always need to do. There's always something to clean in your house, like tidying up the bathroom or your bedroom, or who knows what. I could sweep the floor, whatever you need. Or some tiny, go refill the printer, go buy groceries, whatever it is. I don't advise, for me personally, buying the groceries because it's kind of exhausting and I hate going to the grocery store, so I don't. And it's like one of the last things I'll do because it's always a big project for me. It's just annoying and I hate it. But for like doing the dishes is easy. And if I'm ever at a part of the day where I'm like, I'm not ready to go work on the big project yet, or the big part of my day that's going to take a lot of creative energy, then I will stop and then take a break from that. But it's not actually a break where I'm sitting on, Facebook and just. I'm not doing that. I'm going and doing something else that's like, I don't really have to use my brain too much, but it just needs to get done. Like I'll go make my bed if it wasn't made in the morning, or I'll go, do the dishes, or I'll clean the bathroom, scrub the toilet because it's always disgusting. With that method, whenever I would need a break, I can stop and go do something tiny and small, but the momentum keeps going because I'm not stopping. I'm still doing stuff, right? So just keep doing, and it'll be easier to do more. And I don't think it's a matter of like you need to be a super disciplined person and force yourself to do things you don't want to do. I think you just have to find things and do them. Like the things that you could do easily, do them. And then that'll help you do the bigger things that are really difficult to do. Anyway, it's a method that I've been, using over the last week or so. And I feel like I've gotten a lot of stuff done. I've had lists of almost every day of stuff I need to get done. Usually it's like 2 or 3 major things, and then I can add more as the day goes on and I figure out I need to do more. And I usually accomplish them within the first few hours of my day. And then I'm like, holy crap, I got a whole day to like do more stuff. So I'll start thinking, okay, what else do I need to do? What else needs to get done? What other big thing needs to be done? And I can start working on that. Or like yesterday, I got done pretty early. Here's what happened yesterday. I was working in the morning and I finished at 12. And I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning. It was early day. I came home, kind of a lazy day, but I got some of my stuff done. I took a 3-hour nap on the couch. And then I had a lot of time in the evening. So I just went and sat down on my computer and started working on stuff. Like a project that I was just like, hey, here's an idea I had, some creative work. I was working in Blender to make, how do you call those, like those neo-tech dystopian future photos. I don't know if it's going to be done by the time this video goes up, but hopefully it will be. But I had a few extra hours to sit down and do some creative work. And I got to spend time with my wife. We got to sit down over dinner, and everything had gotten done early. Because I had sat down, it made a list. And then when I finished the easy things, I took a break, but I didn't break like on YouTube or some video game. I took a break and did something else that didn't require too much brain power. And then I came back and did more difficult jobs. And then when those were all done, I had tons of time left in my day. It's been a very productive week. What's that quote? It's one of those stupid, cheesy, like scholastic, you heard it in like 5th grade. You're not a human being, we're a human doing. That's the worst. But I kind of agree with it. You like my shirt? God, it's so vintage. Oh yeah, by the way, these are shorts too. Look at these shorts.